It looks like retailers are also preparing to introduce the Ryzen 7 9850X3D, AMD's new flagship gaming CPU based on Zen 5 and 3D V-Cache. This CPU is expected to arrive in a few weeks and should offer higher clocks than the current best-selling Ryzen 7 9800X3D. The 9850X3D is expected to keep the same 120-watt TDP and the same 8-core configuration, but with a higher 5.6 GHz boost clock, 400 MHz faster than the 9800X3D. It is not clear whether AMD made any changes to the CPU design or revision, or if it simply tuned the existing design for higher clocks. In Switzerland, the new CPU was listed by orderflow.ch at 473.55 CHF, which is around 20% more than the Ryzen 7 9800X3D at the same retailer. However, preliminary pricing is rarely accurate and should be taken with a grain of salt. Retailers do not always add these products manually. They are often pulled in through distributor APIs that may not correctly mark an item as embargoed or may include placeholder pricing. In the case of SHI, the product page reportedly lists the CPU as backordered, which suggests the retailer is already expecting stock. The current price is $553, so around $70 more than the 9800X3D at launch. Unofficially, the Ryzen 7 9850X3D is expected to launch around CES 2026. There has been no sign of the rumored dual 3D V-Cache model yet, and at this point it is reasonable to assume it will either arrive at CES shortly after or not at all. Summary: AMD Ryzen 7 9850X3D. Architecture and core configuration. This is AMD's new flagship gaming CPU based on the Zen 5 architecture and 3D V-Cache technology. It is expected to maintain an 8-core configuration. Clock speeds. The CPU is expected to feature a higher 5.6 GHz boost clock, which is 400 MHz faster than the current Ryzen 7 9800X3D. Power. TDP. The processor is expected to keep the same 120W TDP as its predecessor. Preliminary pricing. One retailer, SHI, has listed the price at $553, roughly $70 more than the 9800X3D at its launch. In Switzerland, it was listed at 473.55 CHF, approximately 20% more expensive than the 9800X3D at the same store. Launch date. The Ryzen 7 9850X3D is unofficially expected to launch around CES 2026. Variants. There is currently no sign of a rumored dual 3D V-Cache model. The Ryzen 7 9850X3D itself retains a familiar configuration: 8 Zen 5 cores, 16 threads, 96 MB of L3 cache, and frequencies up to 5.6 GHz, providing up to a 5% performance boost over the 9800X3D and around 20% over the 7800X3D. The new second-generation V-Cache runs cooler and is overclockable, further enhancing its appeal to gaming audiences. However, the memory situation is changing the balance of power. DDR5 9800 kits, previously considered a niche solution for enthusiasts, have become more expensive than graphics cards and processors combined due to demand from data centers. Now, in high-performance builds, memory, not the CPU, accounts for the bulk of the budget. As a result, a full-fledged system based on the Ryzen 7 9850X3D with fast DDR5 can cost significantly more than $1,500, with the processor accounting for only a small portion.